Yeah.
We're recording to the live custom stream. This is really awesome. I love Monday mornings. Do you believe this is episode 191? Tonight, we're going to be talking all about what? Cold weather gear and remote controls for our GoPro and probably the new AI thing that we're looking at. Uh-oh. Who is doing that? Wow, somebody got to turn that off, man. I heard that. You can't do that. Hey, everybody, welcome to PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, Clear Prop TV, and paratalk.org. Tonight, we're going to be talking about cold weather gear, the AI companion that is on Zoom right now, that's catching us up. Did you guys know about this before this morning or before right now, before we started doing the meeting, guys?
No idea.
And just for fun, for the last half an hour, we've been talking privately before we went live, right? So I hit catch me up, and let's see what it says. It's a new AI feature on Zoom. It says the meeting so far involved Butch Fly, Sean Simons, Scuba Steve, and Paramom Knows discussing various topics. They mentioned phone calls, a mouse, and difficulty in hearing. They also discussed a new feature on Zoom that uses artificial intelligence, which Sean enabled. They talked about AI companion and potential benefits. They mentioned catching up on what was said during the meeting and the ability to ask AI companion questions. They also briefly discussed the cold weather gear and remote control for GoPro cameras. Unbelievable. If you haven't heard about this stuff, check out your Zoom, and they have the new features. It's just really cool. So tonight we're going to be talking about, well, just like the AI said, cold weather gear, GoPro, what was it? GoPro remote, and maybe something else, probably paramotors. I don't know.
Yeah, taking wraps on landing.
Taking wraps on landing. That's right. So those are the three things that we're going to discuss. So welcome, Butch Fly. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good.
You did a really good job on the school. He got the bathroom all taken care of. We got a hot water heater ready to put in, so we actually can wash our hands in hot water in the bathroom. Wow. I know you guys are like, yeah, we do that all the time, but no, we just got it over at the school. It's awesome. So how do you feel about that school and what you've been doing so far, other than it's been kicking our butts?
I'm tired and sore, but man, it's coming along great, and appreciate everybody's support.
Yeah, Butch has been doing a lot. Don't let him just make you think that he's just been sitting around watching TV eating bonbons. He wishes, but he hasn't.
What Sean meant to say was he installed a water heater, not a hot water heater, because if it was hot water, he wouldn't need to heat it.
Whoa.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what that AI companion says about that one.
Just got to mess with you. I used to say hot water heater most of my life too, but yeah, it's
most people call them hot water heaters, and that's exactly right. It's a water heater.
A water heater that heats my water hot. And of course, we got our comedian, Scuba Steve. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Monday morning, according to Sean also.
Man, I'm gonna have to just turn this AI thing off. I don't like you guys somewhere.
Oh man.
Hey, I like your haircut, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was getting way too long. I started to look more like Dragon Ball Z than Scuba Steve. Just saying. I had the whole Super Saiyan thing going with the hair way up there.
Is that something I don't know about? Is that something new or something?
Dragon Ball Z? No, it's been around a long time. It's just a cartoon that you probably would never watch, which I don't. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta tell her bye.
All right, so Scuba Steve watches cartoons. All right, excellent. And now we're going over to paramomusa.com. What's up, Linda?
Oh, I fell asleep for a second. Oh, yes. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday night. And the panel, you're just looking marvelous tonight. Thank you for joining my show. I'm so happy to have y'all here tonight. Just want to say
we're
Monday
truly
night.
Honored to be on your show.
Don't forget to get on Facebook, check stories, and hit like, because on Mondays I always put something in there to remind people that there's a show. So sometimes I see Will on there, and I appreciate that. So, because, I put a lot of effort into that. I like, how, now I know how you feel that when you're doing your videos and you think you got it, and then you're like, oh man, I don't want to do that. And then you got to start over. So that's what I today. Welcome everybody. Welcome chatters, my viewers, everybody. It's Monday and on with the show.
On with the show. Excellent. All right. And Mr. Will Fly, welcome to the show. Also, big guy. Hoot, hoot, another fly in the house.
What's going on? Yeah, good to be here Monday nights. I always look forward to Mondays. Last couple of days I had, not yesterday, day before, and the day before that, had 2 really nice flights. And I was talking to David Wolf, and we were talking about how the more we fly, the time between flights start to get longer and longer and longer. And I think that's a natural progression. Maybe that's something we could talk about tonight, as far as like the history or the kind of the natural progression of your flying career, and how it affected each of us. Just an idea, But yeah, man, I had 2 really, really nice flights after not flying for probably a couple of weeks, and it's always good to get back in the air.
Absolutely. That's really good. Let's go ahead and start working on that one real quick, since Will brought that up. How long in between flights? I guess, how would you say that? You would say, at first I started flying every possible day I could fly, and then I started flying in better conditions, and I could fly, but I decided not to because something else was going on. And now by the 3rd and 4th year, we're like, I'll fly if I want to. I'll fly if I get the chance. Is that what you're talking about, Will?
It's exactly what I'm talking about, and something that our previous guest, Jeff Goen, he alluded to this in his own flying. But in the first 2 years, I flew every single day. If it was flyable, I would fly it. And if I missed a day and it was flyable, I would almost feel like I really, really missed out on something. It was like a compulsion. I just had to do it. And that's not uncommon for people in our sport. They get into it hog wild. But after a couple of years, I started to make decisions based on other things other than flight, than flying. I could actually get to the point where it would be a really nice day, and instead of feeling like I had to fly or I was going to miss something, I would maybe do some yard work or other errands or something other than flying. The reason this really kind of had an impact on me was because at this stage in my flying, so I'm on 4 years, it's kind of a freedom, if it makes any sense, to not have to fly. And someone who's just gotten into the sport's not going to understand where I'm coming from. But somebody who's been in the sport for 5 years or 6 years, they probably get it. It's a more comfortable. Jeff Goen even said that. He said, I can't remember, I'm going to paraphrase here, but basically he's gotten to a comfortable state and to where he can fly maybe twice a month and enjoy it. And I'm not quite there yet. I want more than just 2 flights in a month, but I completely get it. It's just another thing that I noticed is that the longer time in between flights makes me appreciate those flights much more, and I will never, ever, I'm so grateful for the sport because it has given me the ability at this stage it's like a reset. If things are getting rough and I'm feeling stressed or angry or whatever, it's just, after I fly, it's almost like someone hit the reset button. And when I land, I'm a completely different person. So that's it's kind of where I'm at right now,
I think a lot of people are like that. I kind of understand. I know that when I was teaching Butch how to fly, he would always say, well, go up and fly. I mean, I'm having a hard time. I have to reset. And I'm like, I can fly anytime. And he didn't get that at first because he was like, anytime I get the chance, I'm going to go fly. And I'm like, I can fly anytime. I can fly midday when you can't. So let me help you set up early in the morning. You go fly. If you can't, don't worry about it. I can fly anytime. So how about you, Butch? I mean, you've been flying for how many months, and how do you feel about flying every single day and stuff like that?
Well, I'd love to, but it's, when we can, we can. If not, then oh well, at least I can now. So that's the way I look at it. I can now when I get ready to. So yeah. Beforehand, I wanted to fly. Oh, if it's every morning, every night, I want to fly. Oh, if it's halfway decent, I'm going up. No, it's not that way.
I wish I had y'all's problem. Y'all are like, we get to fly all the time. We're bored with it. We'd rather sit at home and cut grass. No, I fly whenever I get the chance. I mean, maybe I haven't got to that level yet, but for me, it's a big problem of, when the Air Force Base is not running, is the weather okay? How's the wind? I have to have everything line up before I can go fly. So y'all got it lucky, man. I'd be flying all the time.
We do have it lucky. I've gotten 2 midday flights in already.
Yeah, but go ahead and
Oh.
explain. Go ahead and explain though. What were the conditions during the midday flights?
They were butter. It was beautiful, overcast, no wind.
Oh,
hardly at all.
overcast. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't really have any thermals because the sun was
No.
blocked out completely.
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was still the middle of the day.
Yeah. That counts.
Yeah, so I guess Butch's problem is he gets his cup of coffee out at the ranch, he drinks it, he looks up, goes, this is a good day. He puts his wing out as he's drinking his coffee. He goes, yeah, this is gonna be a good day. He sits in his cart and takes off and goes and flies.
Pretty cool.
Got it rough.
That's too
Yeah.
easy, man. You don't even
I
have
love
to
it.
carry the motor around on your back. You just get in a cart. I'm out of here.
I love it. Sean has spoiled me.
That he has. It's not just that you got to learn to fly there. You got to learn to fly all these different wings, all these different paramotors. I mean, you're set.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. That's why
I
I
wanted
work so hard.
I wanted to add a little to that. So if somebody's listening and they're a brand new pilot and they're super, super, super excited and they fly every day, there is nothing wrong with you. I mean, for something to grab my attention and hold it for 2 years, like this is done, that's saying something. I mean, that is a hobby or sport, whatever you want to call it, that I was really able to sink my teeth into, and I'm just as in love with it today as I was when I started. It's just that I can, do other things in my life too, other than fly. But there's still nothing that has replaced paramotors, as far as hobbies and sports go in my life. I'm all about it. So you're right where you're supposed to be, I guess is what I'm saying.
I definitely agree. Also, too, just like you said about Butch, he's able to fly different motors, different wings. Anybody that comes to school can fly different motors, different wings before they even, think about what they want to purchase. Because if you go to school and they said, hey, you got to have this gear, or you have to pre-buy your gear and learn on your own gear, how do you really know what gear that you really want? So that's why we offer, everyone that comes to Run Into the Sky or Paramotor Arkansas, the ability to try different motors, different wings, different harnesses, different throttles, left, right, go on trikes. See if you like to do trikes. Yeah, you do everything. So what really is sad is that when you hear somebody that wants to go to the school, we tell them the price, tuition and all that, which is still really a good tuition for having all the different gear available. And they're like, no, I want to buy this used gear for, $5,000 or $6,000 and then go have somebody else train me to fly for almost nothing. And I know what's going to happen. They're going to break their own gear. They're going to break a prop. Or the wing's going to drape on top of them. It's going to burn a hole in the muffler, or it's going to get wrapped up or something. And they're going to be frustrated that they spent that $6,000 and instead of getting it fixed and continue being in the sport, they're probably just going to put it on eBay for, slightly used and get out of the sport. I've seen way too many people go learn to fly by themselves or learn to fly with, a friend or free training someplace, and they get out of the sport, or it's just not fun for them because they're scared. All right, Butch, real quick, when you went through training, did you learn just how to fly, or what did you learn how to do? Did you learn about micrometeorology,
Yep.
about understanding the wing,
Yes.
understand how the wing works, understanding the paramotor, motor maintenance, carb rebuild, taking apart motors so we can look in the inside. I mean, we're in depth in this. I mean, there's more than just flying. I can take anybody that has never flown before, get them to kind of learn how to kite a wing, put a motor on their back, pull them in the right direction, tell them to squeeze the trigger, and they'll be up in an hour. It's not difficult to fly,
No.
but it's going to scare the crap out of you to where you won't want to do it again.
Right.
So it's all about the knowledge, of where to fly, what's the airspace. I bet you have no problem looking on sectional charts, think about airspace, knowing about what airspace to go fly in. We go over that in such detail, and learning to fly from your buddy doesn't give you that detail.
I had no clue of airspace. I had until just recently. I thought one prop fit all of, I thought, oh, it's just a prop. One prop fits all. No, different pitches, different props. I had no clue. Don't know what you don't know. And YouTube, yeah, they're going to show you a lot of nice, good stuff. They're not going to show you all the bad stuff or the hidden stuff or the setting up stuff. There's a lot of stuff that YouTube is not going to show you. And your buddy can tell you, but,
Right.
That's another thing. I think I enjoy flying with other people a lot more than solo, just because if you're solo and you get down or you go down somewhere, if somebody didn't see you go down, then you're the only means to call for help. But if you're flying with somebody, then they can say, hey, my buddy went down. This is where he's at, blah, 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 blah.
right.
I just think it's safer to fly with somebody else if possible. I mean, if you got to fly solo, yeah, but I think it's better to fly with other people, obviously.
And if you live in the area, being able to go to a school that is always out there, if it's flyable day, somebody's flying, or we're out there, the school is open, come on over, go fly, learn how to kite. We got the towing machine if you want to just do some towing to nail some launches and landings. I mean, there's just so much to do at the school at any one time, and go and do cross countries. I love doing cross countries. So, we get a bunch of people together, we do cross country, go do something neat and different, like maybe go to Walmart, go to McDonald's, go to some place, land, do something and come back. That's always something fun to do. Go to the barbecue, right? Nick's barbecue. Yeah. So there's always some fun things to do out there. And it really is difficult to find a buddy that's just going to train you off the gear that you get off of eBay or whatever, and hope that you don't break a prop. Let me ask you this, Butch, or let me ask you, panel: is it if you break a prop, or is it when you break a prop?
When?
Oh, it's always when. It's going to happen sooner or later.
It's like the motor out thing. I always thought, that was just bad. No, it's actually when, because I finally have one.
Yeah. It happens to everybody. And then what do you do? Because we go through classes on what do you do for motor out, what steps to take to make sure that we are prepared for motor out. What's the one thing I always tell you to do, Butch, when you go fly, even if it's hot and you want to wear flip-flops?
Oh, always wear your tactical boots and blue jeans, because you never know where you might end up landing.
Yeah. And not just blue jeans. Not just blue jeans, but the parachute pants type of things where I have the little zipper, so you can have shorts, but you keep those other things with you. How about the wing bag? I always carry a wing
Keep
bag.
your wing bag under your seat.
Yeah, because what would have happened if you didn't have a wing bag where you landed out?
Let's imagine landing in a cow field with a 6-foot barbed wire fence, and yeah, you better have that wing bag throw over there.
They
Exactly.
call it what? A wing bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wing
So
bag,
like-
stuff sack.
yeah, so we
Stuff
have
like
wing bags.
bag.
We have wing bags that are small that you can put your wing in. Then you have stuff sacks that are a little bit bigger that you can
Oh.
just throw them in and cinch them up and throw them over your shoulder. Having
you
one
can-
of the two is good. Even a big 55-gallon plastic bag, the one that rolls up really super
Oh,
tiny, you
oh.
can keep that one tucked in for just in case.
That's what I use. And it's really nice to have something that's waterproof.
Hmm.
Don't know where your ride home's gonna be, you know, or
Right.
when it's gonna be. So
Exactly.
it's cheap and does a great job.
Good
Exactly.
idea. I have a question, like with the weather changing as it gets colder? And I know it stays dark longer or whatever, but does it change the way you fly as far as how do you say it? Like the thermals, do they change? And with the cold weather, even though I know it's colder, is it more different flying? Is it harder to fly in colder weather as to warmer weather? Just
Okay, that's,
because not the body part, you know what I mean, but just in general, being
that's a
up there.
really good question. During the summertime, of course, it's warmer, so that's nice. So you don't have to bundle up, but there are thermals, right? So you get different winds and sometimes you get higher winds. During the wintertime, you have less thermals, less heat, so less thermals, but you have to bundle up. So there's always something good, something bad. There's always pros and cons to everything. Living up north, probably a bit different than living down south in Florida. Angela Preslick said, so is Alaska and Florida ideal for the sport in terms of weather? I don't think Alaska is really good, but Florida is probably ideal.
And there's also inversion layers also. So you could have 50 degrees on the ground, then you go up like 300 feet and all of a sudden you're at 70 degrees. It'll be nice up there. The weather can change depending on what altitude you're at, believe it or not.
True.
Usually
Yeah.
it gets colder the higher you go, but sometimes you'll hit an inversion layer and it'll be warmer higher than the ground, which is awesome when that happens.
Mhm.
We'll
And that's-
experience that right at sunset. You'd be carving a field or whatever, and all of a sudden, oh, man, it's getting kind of cold down here, and you climb up 100 feet, and all of a sudden, nice and warm. You
There you
really
go.
feel the difference.
Yep. Over
Especially when
here,
that wind comes through and kind of goes right through you when you're up there flying, especially when it starts cooling off, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, it was nice and warm when I was going up, right? And then, yeah, very interesting. I just
Okay.
wondered how that works with the, with
yeah.
the different seasons, how things change up in the air when you got to think of different things.
So let's talk about our cold weather gear then. What do y'all like to
Yeah.
wear?
All right, let's start with Will. I think Will wanted to say something anyway.
I was going to add to that. I said, all things being equal, the performance of the engine or the motor and the wing is better in cold weather. So it's easier to fly when the temperature is lower than it is, hot, humid, whatever. But like Sean said, you have to bundle up, and that in and of itself changes the sport entirely for me.
Not so
feel like a
electric paramotors
Michelin, whatever,
like cold weather.
wobbling down, running down the field. But yeah. So
Yeah, electric paramotors do not like the colder weather. It will kill the battery faster.
yeah,
So
that's right.
for people that have electric paramotors, flying in the cold, you're going to get a lot less time out of that battery.
So that reminds me, congratulations, Mad Sloper. He had 15 toes yesterday in his new setup.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Can you imagine, man, 15
Awesome.
flights in a day? I guess, that wasn't all him, I don't think, but he
Yeah.
15
Did
people.
he go to an SIV? What toe are we talking about?
He's got his own toe. He bought his
Oh,
own toe. Yeah, his own winch, the whole setup, I guess. So
That's so cool.
yeah, I'd love to hear more about it, and I'm sure we will in the future. But
Oh,
Yeah.
That's that tow machine that you have your little remote with you, right? Is that it? Well-
I have to leave that up to Mad Sloper to explain it, because I haven't seen it or anything. I'd love to see some video, Mad Sloper, of the setup.
watch
Yeah,
this, and he hits the button and that'd be cool to watch.
yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, Will. Cold weather gear.
Cold weather
Cold
gear.
weather-
Now where do you live, Will? So in case people don't know.
I live in North Carolina, so it does get cold here, and not, relatively speaking, it's not super duper cold, but it does get cold. My cold weather gear consists of kind of what I'm wearing right now, a long sleeve t-shirt, another t-shirt, and then a jacket on top of that. If it's really cold, then I'm wearing thermals also. And a pair of jeans, long thick socks. It's super, super important because your feet are going to get cold and your hands are going to get cold. Really, really, your hands are going to get cold.
On that note, real quick, what kind of socks in particular? Because I got a pair of socks that I found when hiking. That's amazing. I just want to see if you use the same thing or not.
I can go get a pair and show you. I don't know what the name is, but they're like the thick wool socks. I mean,
Okay.
and sometimes, I'll put on a pair of regular socks, and then it just depends on how cold it's going to be. But I don't do a whole lot of cold weather flying anymore because my tolerance, I don't want it that bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess my cold temperature limit would probably be in the 40s. That would be the coldest I would fly.
I'm
Okay.
right there with
High
you on
40s
that.
at that. And I would it would have to be for a good purpose.
Okay. I use the Smart Wool. I don't know if anybody else uses Smart Wool socks, but I use them for hiking, and then going from hiking to paramotors, I use those. I can wear Smart Wool during the summertime. Also, it helps my feet breathe, and it keeps it, nice. And then during the winter time, it keeps my feet nice and warm too, where I don't need to have any type of electric type of heating in my boots. Just a Smart Wool keeps me nice and warm. My hands freeze. So I got some really nice heated electric gloves. Do you have heated electric gloves too, Will?
I do. I was just looking up to see what the name of them are. Not expensive.
Sabbath Heat. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the one I got.
That's it.
There's the box. They're still in the box.
Do you remember, was it last year? I think it was
Yes.
last year or the year before, they sent me a pair to test out.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Those things are freaking awesome.
And
You
they
actually
work
have
with
to
your
turn them
touch
down
screen.
because they get too hot.
Oh.
And they, at least my pair did. When you turn
Mine
them
too.
on,
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine too.
it's like instant heat.
Oh yeah, within 3 seconds, they're hot. they're
Now,
hot.
I will pull those up, and I know how they handle it. They manufacture a set amount every year, and once the size is gone for that year, for that season, they don't make any more.
Wow.
So I'm going to pull it up here, Sean. I'll show it to you. We'll see what they probably have a new model now. Who knows?
Yeah, I definitely got the Sabbath Heat also. I think that they're really awesome.
3,000 mile
Mad-
lithium batteries.
Mad Sloper says it's an RC car remote control. He at Will Fly and at Sean Simons, Mad Sloper did. Okay, cool. Walter's also in the house.
Okay,
So it
so
goes.
Matt Sloper, were you were towing other people up, or are you talking about towing yourself up and then how does that work? Man, that's just like fascinating.
He says it's an RC car remote control, and I think that I've seen those before, where you connect it to your vehicle, and then you use the remote control, and it will pull you up. So you have that as a throttle, basically, and it'll pull you up.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely need to have Matt Sloper on here so we can talk about that. I think that'd be really cool. So get up with Linda if you want to be on the show, Matt Sloper. I think that'd be really cool. All right, heated gloves. Now I tried different heated gloves, and obviously the kind that we just talked about, that Sabbath, is the best so far. And they're not that expensive. How much were they? About $100 ish?
They're lower.
Even less. I think
Yeah,
I
they're
think
less
I
than
paid like
that.
$79 for it, maybe even 59. They were not expensive.
Yeah, they go from 113 is the lowest temperature up to 140. That's pretty darn hot on your hand.
And they keep that heat too, even when you're going, most of them, as soon as you start to fly, that wind, that 25-mile-an-hour wind will just take that heat and just blow it away. But these sabots, they will keep them in your hand when you're holding your toggles. You want to really warm them up, you just stow your brakes and put them like this in front of you and just keep them
Nice.
nice and toasty hot. I love it.
Gonna have to get me some of those.
So we got
How do you spell the Sabot?
SABOT.
That's right.
Or you could look up Sabot heat if you want, like
got
that.
it.
But
Yeah, that was it.
so we basically covered that we could wear thermals. We got heated gloves. Yeah. Now the one thing I don't have that y'all have is some really nice. Does that say $39?
It is
There's no way. Oh, 59. Okay,
$59.90. Yeah.
that's a good price.
Yeah.
That's-
Now, if you're going to order these, order the size up. The larger.
Yes.
So if you normally wear a medium, get the large. You normally wear a large, get the extra large.
There you go.
And not regret it.
Because I mean, yeah, it's got Velcro right there that straps up tight against your wrist, so you'll be in good shape even if they're a little big for you. I think you'll be happier having too big of a glove than too small for sure.
I know that the one thing I did not like about them is that the other gloves I had, I could zip the outside and put the battery in, so it wasn't underneath. But this
Right.
one, you have to go inside and put the battery in inside, so it kind of is like, on your wrist instead of being up on top. So
Yeah.
other than that, I still like them a lot, especially the heat part.
Yeah, I got another pair that does have the battery on the outside, but it gets nowhere near as hot as these do or as fast. The other ones take 5 to 10 minutes to warm up. This thing is like, boom, it's hot. It's just no question that those things get hot fast.
Another reason I'm just thinking about when I ordered the size, or when they asked me what size I wanted, if you get the larger gloves, I don't put my gloves on until I'm up in the air. I want to be able to feel every little nuance I can from the lines, and then I put them on in the air. So the larger size, it makes it easier to do that. So you're not having to struggle trying to do the OJ routine, trying to get your gloves on.
Oh yeah.
And
Wow.
that just makes life a little easier.
So you don't keep your hands warm when you take off, and why is that?
Because I want to feel when I'm launching, I want to be able to feel the lines in my hand. I want, first of all, I'm used to taking off that way. I know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. When you put gloves on, it kind of takes some of that tactical feeling away. So you don't get the same feeling, or you don't get any feeling at all, and you don't really know what's going on. So I just feel better, if it's cold enough to where I cannot stand my hands being outside for, the 5 minutes or whatever, then I probably won't be flying anyways. But a lot of people, like Jim, for example, Jim Samard in Canada, he always wears gloves. And I completely get that. And people say, if you do it enough, you get used to it.
Right.
I just don't do it enough, so I don't get used to it.
Another thing I got, which I haven't tested yet. I mean, besides wearing it around, I haven't really tried it in the cold or flying yet, is a heated jacket. Milwaukee makes a heated jacket. They're not cheap, mind you, but it's got heating pads in the front and in the back to keep you warm. Or you could get a flight suit. I saw on Kangook America, they have a full flight suit that you can get. They're $165. So you can get a full flight suit. So you could bundle up and then put that flight suit over, so you don't have like a bunch of stuff hanging off. You have one suit. You don't have to worry about as much getting caught on stuff when you have a suit on. Just an idea.
Yeah, I saw that suit over at Endless Foot Drag. Bryant Hummer had a pair out, so we could check it out along with some other equipment, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I guess a flight suit would be good. I've seen a lot of people put on a flight suit. But to me, I haven't done it, but it looks like it'd be really bulky. the whole
Well,
thing.
Those things really just knock the wind off of you, they're made to just make the wind just flow right over you. So the wind doesn't penetrate through there. So it helps keep you warm.
I might have to try it this winter.
Yeah,
Especially if
try one
Penguin
out.
America has it. Yeah, I might have to order one and try that, especially if they're less than $200,
Yep.
can't go wrong. How about those heated vests that you could put on? They're not that expensive either, they're less than $100. Have you seen those, Will? The
Yeah, I have, and I've got a buddy lives in Rockingham. I don't know, down somewhere in Fayetteville area, but he swears by the vest, and because so long as it's his reasoning, and he's right, is that if you keep your core warm, it helps you all the way around. I still want something for my hands and my feet, but I have not tried that. But I mean, yeah, he loves his.
okay.
Oh, and I
Well,
do have a flight suit. So those come in real handy too.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
That's it.
See, some
Where-
of them have heating up in your where your collarbone is, which I kind of
Yeah.
like that, and your neck.
and that's not bad for $59, also with 5% off.
That's nice.
So that might be something to look at also, less than $100 to be able to put that underneath your, I guess, just some sort of windbreaker, right? So as long as it breaks the wind,
Mm-hmm.
not breaking wind, but as long as it breaks the wind, having a heated vest.
Strike
might
that from
be-
the record, AI.
We're not talking about breaking wind, but we're talking about breaking wind. All right, so yeah, look at that, $59 for a heated vest. Anybody in the super chat have a heated vest? Look at that, around the neck too.
Wow.
Yep.
Might have to try that. Butch, are you interested in something like this, buddy?
Yeah.
I know
What
they have
do you-
heated socks too, but I think those things have big giant battery packs at the top of them. I don't know if I could wear those,
Oh,
but if
don't
it keep my feet warm, then it'd be worth it just getting some socks like that.
I don't think I really had any problem. Wow, 30%. All right, I'm gonna have to log in real quick.
30% off. Click, click.
30% off. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to try that real quick. But yeah, because my hands get cold. My feet don't get cold with the smart wool. I do have electric socks, but I don't need them because my feet really never get cold, even when I'm flying in 20-degree weather, right? No big deal. But my hands always get cold. My face gets cold, so I use the block clava, right? Block clava. And they got some really nice ones that are felt. We just pulled them out today, right, Butch? Got the felt ones. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice.
I think it's a balaclava.
Balaclava, that's it. I was thinking about
Baklava?
baklava. I was thinking about the dessert baklava. AI
Yeah, I
scratch.
get them mixed up. That's why I didn't even try it. I was like, yeah.
Trent joined us. What's up, Mr. Trent?
Oh, did you see that jacket I got from Temu that makes no sense at all?
Can you hear us, Trent? We can see you.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.
Brent,
My flight
Once
jacket.
once I'm muted.
That,
so the guy's name I was trying to think of was Jay. He's the one that swears by his heated vest. I mean, yeah, he knows his stuff. So, and then shout out also to James. The word I was looking for was dexterity.
Yes.
You feel the lines. Thank you, James.
See, that's why we need to have the super chat and the AI to keep us all on track to make sure that we don't say something silly.
Can I show you the flight suit that I got?
Yeah, absolutely.
oh, you got a flight suit? Well, yeah. It's hard to
Yeah.
find those things when you search for them. I mean, not for decent ones anyway.
Okay, well, this one is these are handmade flight suits, and I ordered it somewhere in London, I think, or England, and
Oh.
I got the 4-layer suit, and I think it's this one right here. Way too much. I either got the 4 or the 3. I don't know, but the one that I got is just it's too hot. I mean, you just
Too
burn.
hot.
Yeah, too freaking hot. So I think I got 1 to 5 layers. Let's see, do they have a 5 layer? I don't know. At least they've got a 4. And if I had to do it all over again, I'd get the same one, but I'd only get a 2-layer. More than enough.
I don't know. When I go fly during the winter time and when it's in the 20s and stuff, I really like to have, warm gear.
If you're flying in the 20s, yeah, 3-layer. But I mean, I'm
You
telling
still think 4 layers is too much for
Yeah.
flying in 20s?
I do.
Really?
I do for flying in the 20s. Okay, well, it's not 20 on the ground though, right? So
No, you got that 30-mile-an-hour breeze too.
yeah. This looks like the one I got right here. I'm stoked with the quality of Blue Sky Blues flight suits. You just got to get the right one. And the same thing with this one. You get a larger size than you normally wear because you don't want anything to impede your running ability. So if you get, you don't want it to be real tight and keep you from being able to run and moving your legs.
And look what it said when you scroll down a little bit on that center one, it says this suit is perfect for use in open cockpit microlights at altitudes up to 10,000 feet. How many layers? That 4 layers. Okay, so that's really super cold
Yeah,
at 10,000 feet.
yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
And what is this called? This website?
Blue Sky Blue.
Blue Sky Blue.
.co.uk. I'll put a link in there.
Hey, that one at the bottom there kind of looks like Kanguk and something else mixed together, almost like a Nirvana suit, really, because it's orange.
Yeah.
So just for curiosity's sakes, what oh, there it is on the very bottom too. It said altitudes up to 3,000 feet during summer altitudes. That's 2-layer. Okay, so you can kind of see how you're going to fly and what the layers are, so you can figure that out. Do they have? So they're shipping from over there, right?
They are.
How
The shipping
is-
is real fast. And actually, the guy impressed me so much because when I ordered mine, he actually called me on the phone. He wants to make sure, he wants to know what I'm going to be using it for, how I'm going to be using it, like the fact that I run, so he's familiar with paramotors and all that. So he wants to make sure that he gets everything just right before he makes the suit.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Good. Let me stop that. Stop
That's
it.
pretty neat.
So I put the link in the description there.
Okay, good deal. So I don't know what happened with my mouse, but my mouse just stopped working.
Bad mouse, bad.
Bad mouse.
Those are nice flight suits.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
probably they change them up every year, just like everything, right? They probably starting to make them like better than what they were like in the past, kind of thing, like make them more comfortable, more safer, keep you warmer, kind of thing.
Yeah, probably, but I mean, I don't know how he would improve on, like the flight suit I got. I mean, it's awesome. I have 0 complaints other than it's too warm. So
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't really count,
That will not count for me during the winter time. Waking up early. Okay, so we're probably going to be out anyway in the pop-up camper. So it's going to be probably in the 20s or 30s at night. It's going to be cold. So putting on a flight suit and we're toasty warm, I think that's going to be important during the winter time.
Yeah.
If you want to go the cheaper route, you could obviously get some of those coveralls from like Walmart, but the problem with those is they're a lot more stiff. So you can't run as freely as you could in a flight suit. They are insulated though, and they'll keep you warm. But I mean, if you're foot launching, probably not the best thing. But if you're on a trike, does it really matter? Because you're going to be sitting down. So
No, not too much. Not too much. John Wayne, apparently he's got one too. And he said he got a call from him as well. When he ordered
oh wow.
his.
You got what?
He ordered, he has the same flight suit, and when he ordered it, the guy called him about it.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent. Well, that's really interesting. So,
I like
right.
those because they have pockets and stuff. I mean, anytime you get a flight suit and it's got pockets on it.
I
Mhm.
always wear a chest mount when I go fly, so
Yeah, I
I think
got one.
that would stretch all the way around it, I would assume.
Maybe I'll
If Will's talking, it looks like he's miming because, oh, okay. He's looking up. All right, so it looks like hot or battery powered gloves, flight suit, heated vest, smart wool for me, and boots. And another thing too I've noticed is that those spandex type of things that we use for running, right? Early in the morning. They're cold weather gear they look like spandex, right? I got the ones for my legs and my upper torso, and that really keeps me warm also as far as when I go fly.
Yeah, those are thermals too, because I got some of those. I bought them specifically because they look like spandex, but they're thermals. I'm like,
I,
cool.
I look like the Black Spider-Man when I put them on, looking in the mirror like,
Impress the ladies.
The black spider
not-
grandpa. Oh my
not so
goodness.
much impressing anybody, but it's neat, for my own, AI scratch that. All right, so next,
City Fly asked how much those suits were in US dollars. And I can tell you, I just looked it up. 150 US dollars is 183, excuse me, 150 pounds is 183 US dollars. So
okay.
Then you have to add on shipping on top of that.
yes,
Okay.
And how much did you say shipping was?
I did not see that. I did not see that, but
Do
it's
you
fair.
remember-
Remember
It's
that.
been too long since you've bought it.
Yeah.
to remember shipping, okay. But it wasn't outrageous apparently, because you don't
No,
remember.
no, no. He doesn't make any money on the shipping. You could tell. I remember
Okay.
that.
So is
Okay.
that like a jumpsuit? Like like some of the stuff they wear for skiing? Is that kind of the same what you guys wear? They sell for up in the air?
Yes, that's what you would call it. Yeah, I guess.
That's a good thing, Linda, as far as ski suits. Now down here, we don't have any skiing suits. We don't have snowmobiles either, but I wonder up north if we can order like a ski suit or something like that, that would be just as good for paramotoring.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, if it, especially if it can save you some money, if it's, around the same thing,
Yeah, how much is
you might-
Racing
How mu-
suit.
You might
yeah, how
end
much
up
is a
like that kid.
snowmobile suit or a ski suit up in Wisconsin or Michigan? Does anybody know? Is it on, I guess it's on Amazon, Will?
Yeah, you have to look on Amazon.
Snowmobile suit or ski suit?
Or who's ever in there, any Michiganders in the chat?
The way
Yeah.
I looked at this, the way I looked at that suit was it was an investment. I wanted to
Mhm.
be able to continue to fly during the winter, and I did not want to skimp on comfort.
You don't remember that kid on A Christmas Story that couldn't put his arms down?
Yeah, no, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I
Get it
remember
too
that.
thick, that may happen.
That's funny.
Hey, it make for a good takeoff. You definitely keep your arms back, right?
There you go. I like that.
Let me put this coat on you real quick. You'll keep them arms back.
I typed in ski suit in Google, and so the first one that came up was $250. The next one was 1,219, then 595 and 299. I mean, the stuff that the material they have to use for these suits, I mean, they can't get away with using the cheap stuff. It needs to be a real deal, whether it's what's the name of that material, Tyvek or I don't know, but it
For 1,200, I hope it has a water heater built into it. Circulating water that goes through there. That'd be awesome. Because
Oh,
that'll
that would
keep you
be.
warm.
That would be. Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. I thought you went around to blast me again about the hot water thing, but
No. Hey, they got instant hot water now, tankless heaters. They can put that on a coat with running fluid going through it. That'd keep you toasty.
that would be neat.
All right, let's make it. We'll be millionaires overnight. Hell. Just a small tankless coat heater. There you go.
Well, I think that the AI just grabbed it from us, and now
Oh, we're screwed now.
it ran with it, huh?
We'll see ads for it tomorrow on Facebook. It's like, come on.
God, ain't that the truth?
This
Snowmobile
is the,
suit.
here's, if you want to save some money, guys, this one will work.
Oh my God. You wouldn't even need strobe
Oh.
lights.
You know, I actually kind of like
Look at the
that.
warmth that it would provide around the neck. Pretty impressive.
Woo!
Howie. I could see me wearing that.
Now for people that really want to see what's out there. But yeah, because look at this. This is a one-piece snowsuit, windproof, 115. Ooh, save 10%. So I guess
Oh.
there's a lot of different ones that are out there. We'll just have to figure out, anybody in the super chat wear a snowmobile suit or a ski suit
One
or
looks
something
like a
like that.
spacesuit, that blue one.
Yeah,
I was
you
looking
have
up the wrong thing because y'all are finding suits I didn't. I guess I looked it up wrong. Wow, I like that jacket. 61
You
bucks.
have to compare apples to apples.
Ooh,
I'd be curious what
That looks nice.
okay, so look at that. Does it give you like a
ooh,
great?
I like that jacket. I stay nice and warm in that this winter.
Ooh, and it's got a cell phone pocket and an inside
Ding.
pocket.
Oh,
Ah, the
detachable-
windbreaker, too.
Detachable hat. That right there, my friends, is so important when you're looking for something to fly, because you don't want a hoodie to be flapping back there where your prop is.
Oh,
So
good
if you
Lord,
do
they
have
got like 30 colors. What the heck?
Man,
Man,
I
they
never-
got
That's something we
colors.
haven't talked about.
What's
oh, the
that?
pink. I never thought
Yeah.
of that.
Another thing that's going to get really cold, at least it does for me, is the ears.
Yeah.
And so
Oh.
under my helmet,
Oh, I like that.
I actually have, I don't know what you call them, but it's a skull cap maybe,
Okay.
Yep.
you know, and that comes down far enough to cover my ears. It serves two purposes. It keeps me warm and it keeps my earbuds nice and tight. But
Oh.
Do they bother your earmuffs that you put on your helmet?
nope, not at all. Not at all. Another thing that I've done is I used one of the balaclavas that has holes for the ears. And so my ears will slip, but that I use to put and cover my nose because my nose gets cold too. And that cold air that's ramming up your nose, that gets old after a while, you know. So yeah, the ears and the nose is something we hadn't really talked about. What's up with Paramotor?
Yeah, just some sort of face mask or something, because my ears don't get cold because the muffs just keep my ears warm. I guess my ears don't get cold. I don't know why, they just don't get cold. My hands do. Ears don't.
You've got one of these, which is basically, this has got speakers built into it, but this can go over your ears too.
Yeah, that would
It's
work.
got, speakers built into it, but it'd keep your ears warm. And then I could still put my headset on with my helmet. Be
Yeah.
Have
fine.
you done that before? Does it seal right?
I haven't tried this one yet because I haven't flown in the cold yet, but I'm going to be trying everything because that's another thing you want to keep warm is your ears. I just figured the headset would seal off most of it, but I can still hear the wind a little bit, which means if that can get in there, it's going to get cold. So I need something like that to keep the cold wind off of my ears.
The nice thing is you don't have to do the experiment 10 times to figure out if it worked or not. You'll know immediately.
Right?
Nope, this is still cold.
There you go. I'll just have this like in my jacket pocket. Nope, it's cold. I'll pull that. Well, that'd be hard to do while flying. So I have to be easier to take it off and go, no, I don't need this than to put it on.
Really interesting. Did we say anything about snowmobile suits or anything what they wear in the super chat? I haven't been able to look.
Cliffy P says, I have a suit from Alaska you can try.
Look at that. Linda got off camera so she could go order that jacket.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. You
We know
wanted to
what
get
you
it
did,
before you
Linda.
did.
We know what she did. All right. Wow, we're almost at an hour. So Scuba Steve, you want to talk about that GoPro remote?
Ah, well, as paramotor pilots, most of us have a GoPro, the people that like filming their flights. And this remote that I got works with a GoPro 8 on up. Now, I haven't tried it on a 7 or lower. So if you have a 7 or lower, I'm going to put the link in chat so y'all can check this out. I think when I bought this, it was a little cheaper. Right now, they're like $32. But this remote has a Velcro strap on it. So you can literally put this around your wrist and it tells you how much battery power is in the remote, which this has a 10-hour battery. It also tells you how long your GoPro's been recording, and it connects up to 5 GoPros at the same time. So if you have a wing camera and you got another camera over here and then another camera on your helmet, you can switch between cameras and modes. So you can like switch it to video mode on one and photo mode on another one and snap pictures with it. It's pretty cool. And it's got a nice, let me see if I can light it up. It's a pretty bright screen, which you're not going to be able to see it on this camera, but I can see this just fine. Maybe if I'm back. Yeah, it's just too bright. It's too bright for my camera. What do you know? But yeah, this is just something because, you know, I see so many pilots, you know, they go and they'll get the mirror and try to see if their GoPro is recording. This will tell you if it's recording. So you can just look down at your wrist instead of having to fumble for a mirror and check, and it just looks weird. So
if you have multiple GoPros, you can see and work with all the different GoPros with one remote.
Right, with one remote, you can tell each one. You can't see what it's recording. I mean, this is a LCD screen. You can only see that it's recording. You know, it shows a time, 1 second, 2 seconds. It tells you how long it's been recording. And then you can say, okay, that's GoPro 1, then GoPro 2, it's recording. GoPro 3 is recording. So you can turn them on and off and start recording with all of them and adjust the settings. So it's pretty cool.
And do you have the link for that, or which one is which?
Oh yeah, let me get the link for that.
Out there on Amazon, right? And
yeah, these are $31.90 right now on Amazon. There's a link to it I put in super chat. That's the one I got. I don't know why it shows a black screen with white letters, because it's the opposite. It's a white screen with black lettering. So
can you share the screen for people that don't want to just pop
Sure.
open that, and mostly for me because I can't get to it right now.
All right, let's see. Is it this screen? I think that's it. I don't need to share sound. So here's the screen.
Okay, so
I mean, here's the basically what it looks like. But like I said, it's showing a black background with white letters. It's a white background with black letters. But you can see on that screen right there, it shows the RC, which is the remote, and then how much battery power is in your camera, how good the signal is to it, whether it's in, you know, video mode or camera mode or on a timer. That's with it. Somebody wearing it on their wrist. It has a magnetic battery charge, so it just sticks to the back when you go to charge it. So there you go. So yeah, 5 GoPros at the same time. Displays how much content is stored on the camera. So like what's on the SD card. But yeah, you can turn it on and off. It's pretty cool. I just wanted something so I didn't have to worry about is my GoPro recording, because I a lot of times I forget, and it's a lot easier to reach over on my wrist and turn on my GoPro and start recording than try to feel up there while I got brake toggles in my hand trying to figure, well, I can put them up, but it's still, did I turn it on or did I just turn it off? I don't know.
So if you have your throttle in your hand and you have cold weather gear, gloves, etc., can you still access it?
Yeah, because these aren't like touch buttons. These are actual physical clicky buttons. So even with gloves on, you can still push these buttons, no problem.
Cool.
And they're pretty big. I mean, those are pretty big buttons. So you're not, wow, why's the camera? It's just the way the light is. There we go. They're pretty big buttons on there. If you can miss that, then your fingers are way too big.
I
Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, I was just gonna say I like big buttons, and I kind of like. Go ahead.
That was worth interrupting me for.
Okay,
When I use the GoPro, I used one of those too, but that looks like a brand new model. The trouble I was having, and you're right, it is no small thing to be able to tell whether, you know, the thing on your helmet is recording or not. You know, the mirror and all that, or your phone or whatever. But the just to be able to push a button and boom and push a button, but I could never keep mine. It wouldn't stay connected. Does it use, does the new one use Wi-Fi? Like you have to join a Wi-Fi
It uses
network?
Bluetooth. That's what
Oh.
I see it. I don't think it uses Wi-Fi. It uses Bluetooth to connect to the phone.
No, that might have solved that
And if
problem.
anybody's phone has problems with Bluetooth, it's mine, but it seems like it connected fine. Well, my GoPro doesn't have Bluetooth problems. So that's what it's really connecting to, but you can connect it to your phone also, which I haven't even tried that yet. So it's supposed to connect to not only your GoPros, but also your phone. So I guess you can use an app on your phone and run it through that to make it record too, which is weird. But yeah,
How many GoPros have you connected that to so far?
I only have I only have two GoPro. I only have two newer GoPros, which one is it's a Session 5, so it's really old. I haven't tried it with that one. The other GoPro I got GoPro 10, then I got the original GoPro, which it doesn't even have Bluetooth. So I know it's not going to connect. Oh, here it is. Yeah, if y'all want to see old, here's the original GoPro. This
wow,
has,
that is old.
yeah, look at the gigantic SD card that this thing takes. Wow, if it'll even come out. There we go. Yeah, oh man, that's a whole 16 gigs. This is old school right here. What's its max resolution? 1080p at 30 frames per second.
That's still pretty good from way back then.
Yeah, this was the first one, the GoPro Hero, and it still works, believe it or not. But that cable, man, nobody uses micro USB anymore. I mean, mini USB. Is it mini USB?
What year is that from?
Whoo.
1823, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say in the 90s, I think, is when that came out.
1943. Yeah. Wow, way back in the day now. That's what I call it.
There's no image stabilization
back
or
in the
anything like
day.
that on that camera. If you bounce it, you see it.
Or is that 1980, way back in the day?
Coming up soon, the 80s will have been 50 years ago. Can you imagine that?
Yes, because I know how old I am, and I grew up in the 80s, but I was born in the 60s.
I just had my 50th high school reunion. 50 years.
Mm.
I'm just blessed I'm still around. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that
A lot
the
of
truth?
them, a lot of them aren't
It's
now.
in the truck. I was gonna try to connect to that second camera, but it's on my chase cam and it's in the truck, and she took off in the truck. So
That was cool though. Thanks for showing that, Scuba.
Yeah.
no problem. Yeah, I can't wait to try this thing out. If we can get some decent weather, I'm going to fly with all this gear. I'm gonna have everything strapped up, pushing buttons and playing music.
You're gonna have fun with just doing that.
Now
Yeah.
play that music. Play that funky music. Oh, here she goes. Too much. I had too much iced coffee today. Just kicked in. That's it.
James
Yeah.
Calhoun in the house. What's up? He just had his 20-year anniversary. What was it?
Dang.
reunion?
I'm old. No, I don't say that word.
My 40-year
That's a bad word.
anniversary is
Oh.
coming up in 2026.
What? Your
High school
anniversary.
graduation. Yeah.
Oh, graduation?
Yeah. 86, 96, 2006, 2016, 2026. Yeah. 40
Man.
years.
Man, oh man.
Tony
Yeah.
Martino says the camera he used back when he was skydiving was like, I don't know if he used it, but the one they used cost $3,000. The Sony PC-10.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
My first was a Sony also that I could put on my helmet. It was the big long oval one, kind of weird. You had to put it on the side instead of up top. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this don't have any, it's not charged up, but yeah, that big circle, that's the light on this one. You cannot miss that light. It's got a
Wow.
gigantic red light right there. That whole thing lights up red. So when you're
looks like-
recording, it's like, hey, I'm recording.
The
It
good
looks
old
like
days.
some of the cameras that were out back in the day before the disposable cameras came out, right?
Yeah,
Remember the
there's-
disposable ones? Yeah.
You could
They look
buy a
like the-
display to hook on the back, but you can't see what you're filming unless you get that. Well, I don't even think they sell them anymore, that attachment, so you could see it. But I didn't ever scratch the lens or anything. It's still a good camera. I mean, when it's charged.
That's amazing.
I got rid of mine like that because everything started getting sticky. The like the plastic started melting or something.
Oh,
It just-
wow.
yeah. Well, it's really old and they didn't make it last forever, but it's
Yeah,
pretty-
that's all, Walter. Jeez, man. How old do you think I am?
what's that?
Uh-oh.
You got to explain what you're talking about. What's going
Well,
on?
he said 40. Is that all? Like, like, no, I think it's your 60th anniversary, man.
Probably 50.
Well, when you start getting the gray coming in, then it's like, well, it's all over. You're old.
You want to do a thumbnail, guys?
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
thinking Of it?
The more
Yes,
they
I
cut
do.
my hair, the more gray shows up.
That's why I
Come on,
decided not to
Trent.
cut my hair anymore.
We're gonna do a thumbnail, Trent. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask a question first. This is just a panel question.
Okay.
Okay. What is the capital of Australia?
Sydney.
I've heard this. It's not Sydney, but I don't
Not
remember. who
Sydney,
it
that's
is.
what I said.
Oh,
Wonder if Walter in the chat would know.
Walter,
No
I
Googling.
should know this.
Sugar, what's the capital, Sugar?
Well, I don't think you guys, if you don't know it, you're not gonna get it. And I'm sure Walter knows, but it's yeah, there he goes. Canberra.
That's it? No, I was way off. Okay. never mind.
Absolutely,
Me
would have
too.
never guessed that one.
No, I thought it was Sydney.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Man, we wouldn't make it on Jeopardy.
We would be those people on the street that everybody would be laughing at on the shorts.
I gotta give
Americans
it-
are stupid. They don't know the capital of nothing.
my seventh grade history geography teacher. He gave us a test. He was like, I want y'all to memorize all 50 states and capitals. So the day of the test came, and he literally gave us a blank sheet of paper, write down all 50 states and capitals.
Oh, and he had to memorize the states too then.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got 100 on it. I got lucky, but it's hard to memorize and keep that for the 55 years. Well, it ain't that long because
I remember that.
Long time, man.
yeah, but he just
God.
gave us a blank sheet of paper, and I was like, man, because there's a lot of them that throw me off, like between New Hampshire and New Jersey, and that Montpelier, and then the other one, Concord
Right? Is
and
it?
Trenton.
With
They're
Google,
all right next
you
to
can
each
just
other.
ask Google. There's no reason to keep things up here anymore. When we
No.
were in school, we had to keep things up here. Now, we don't even have to remember our best friend's phone number. We just say, hey, call blah, and there it pops up. I mean, you remember back in the day, we had to remember everybody's phone number. If you
Yeah.
had 10 friends, you had to remember 10 numbers.
Yeah.
10 numbers times 10.
Or have you one of them nice, fancy, thick organizer books? You remember those?
The
You know,
Rolodexes.
Yeah, those are, and then they came out with those then when they started going electronic, like the watches
Yep.
that could like store 100 names.
Well, yeah, most of the newer generation can't tell time if it's just hands. They can't read that.
no, huh?
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I still think it's funny on the new challenge is to write your name without lifting your pen off the paper.
It's
That's
called
a big-
cursive.
it's a big challenge right now
Yeah.
for millennials.
Wow.
I
Wow.
thought that was interesting too. It's like, yeah, that's how we started to learn how to write without lifting our pen.
we went over an hour. Dadgummit.
We
Oh.
I
did,
still
didn't we?
use I still use index cards.
Come
Yes,
back,
I'm
Brett,
old
we'll do
school.
the thumbnail.
Yeah, thumbnail. Right.
All
Right.
right, let's do it.
Where Trent's gonna come back.
Trent, come back.
There he
Can I
is.
activate the Google thing, or no, it's not doing it. Oh, look, your heart's working there. Hey,
Crooked. There we go. It's still crooked. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. We got it. Dang,
I got
the hearts in there. Perfect.
Nice.
Woo, woo.
Right in between your hands.
guarantee my heart.
I know, yeah.
not work.
You gotta
ever.
go sideways. You can't go like this. You gotta go sideways.
No,
See?
I
there's
can't,
no,
my hands look
there's
funny
no
when I do
tricking
that.
it. I can do it upside down and it's still not gonna happen.
Mm.
It just does not work on this camera.
Or the
Get my
Hey.
cheap camera for Monday nights and it'll work.
Speaking of funny, next Monday is going, no, not next Monday, at the end of the month. Our Monday show is the night before, the eve before Halloween. So I'm gonna dress up for the show. So if anybody else wants to, I think it'd be kind of fun.
I think I'm gonna.
So I just want to
I
remind
think
you
I'm gonna
guys.
be that PPG grandpa guy. I think I'm gonna wear what he wears and be a paramotor pilot. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
could change our voices and wear masks.
So how about so you really want to do something? Oh my God. Look
There you go.
at Steve.
Yeah,
So
let's
we
do
want to do something like that? We
Yeah.
really want to do something?
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
ready.
I'm gonna have to.
That's scary.
Trent's up
Who who wants to be on the show then? And be on, I mean, who wants to be on the panel and dress up like this then?
well, is
I'm
it a,
wearing my Supergirl costume. That's what I'm gonna be for
Now
Halloween. I'm gonna
it
go
is.
around to the old folks' homes on Halloween and yeah, with my Supergirl costume on, run around like a
Hmm.
crazy lady.
Maybe
Oh,
I'll be
that's scary, Steve.
Black Spider-Man. That's scary.
Black Spider-Man. Oh, there is a Black Spider-Man.
I know, when he got all dressed up in the black suit.
Yeah.
Linda changed her
Just gotta get
background.
creative.
I was gonna compete with Linda's background.
Oh,
Oh.
With the hand thing.
Steve raised his hand.
that is a creepy mask. Okay, all I can say, Scuba, is like, don't wear it on Robert's show.
No. I'm just gonna, oh, is Robert
You would
scared
have a
of
heart
clowns
attack.
and stuff?
Robert would like fall over the chair and be like,
Oh,
no."
wow.
All right. Okay.
No, I'm just gonna scare the neighborhood kids.
Oh, that's spooky.
Okay. I think I got something. I'll have to look around.
See, I'm letting
so-
you know ahead of time so you can.
All right.
Back in the day when I used to dress up at work, I don't, most of my costumes, I just put them together myself, you just find stuff. And one year I was a scarecrow, and that was really easy because my husband at the time borrowed his coveralls, and then I used his paint that he used for hunting, and I painted my, for my face. And then we had horses. So I needed the straw. So I took rubber bands, put rubber bands around the bottom of my ankles, and I stuffed the straw inside the rubber bands, and had my hat. And that was pretty much my costume for
I'm
work.
gonna be Walter from Australia.
Good one.
Yeah, you could be a koala bear.
Koala bear.
How cute.
Yeah, I've got the list of names of the chatters.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Linda,
So anyway,
is it Linda's turn to say hello to all the chatters?
It's more than welcome to, but I don't have a way of getting the list to her.
Oh, so you'll have to do it.
I tell you what, I can
I
post it.
put my eyes on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can post on the new notes.
Boop, boop.
Can you see the notes, Linda, on the Zoom?
No,
I'll just put it in the, oh, and Tony did ask if any of us had paracamped. Forgot about that. I have not.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I don't know where I would go camping at. We just got flat ground around here. I mean,
who all in the chat's going to Halloween parties? Anybody dressing up or what they're gonna be?
In the chat, Linda, is the names.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Kramer. Love ya. Got John Wayne. Oops. That was fast. Went away. I guess I should have read the names faster.
No,
No,
they're still there.
I don't see them.
You
click
just
on
have to
more
click-
and then
You have to
click
click
on
chat.
More than chat, and then it'll pop up.
I mean, the names were up there a minute ago and now they're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to click the chat
bottom.
Did more?
Yep, more than you'll see, it says chat, click that and it'll pop up.
Oh, it shows 3 in the chat.
3,
Oh,
scroll down, scroll
Yeah.
up.
Oh, okay. Oh, oh,
Ain't
all
taking
right. Yeah, I got it now. Thanks for showing
Okay.
me that. Uh,
That's awesome.
yeah, this is my first day of school, okay? Right,
First day in Zoom.
right. But I'm glad I can entertain everybody. All right, we got Miss Kramer in the house. Love ya, John Wayne. Cowboy, what's up? Butch Fly, will fly. Matt Sloper. We got, of course, Paramom in the house. Hello, everybody. Angela. Hi, Angela. Daniel Roche. Scuba Steve, of course. Tony Marzano. What's up, Mr. Vegas? We got Plainfield PPG. Flying Flamingo Jade, my lovely. I love you. And Weezy Milstead's in the house too. Love ya, girl. We got Clippy V, Live Paramotor. What's up? Haven't seen you in a while. We got James in the house, 2 feet and a heartbeat. Travis Martin. We got my Michigander, Bonnie Franz. And we got Walter Peoria, Sugar, my Sugar. And we got James Calhoun in the house. Thank you so much, chatters. I so appreciate y'all.
And one more very
Thank you for
important
joining us.
that was not on the list. Munchkin. What's up, Munchkin? How are you?
Did I miss somebody?
Yeah,
No,
she
it wasn't
just,
on the list.
I think you missed that Sean Simons guy too. He's always here, but he never hears his name, but
Is he
whatever.
not?
Oh, yeah, that Sean guy.
no,
Yeah.
it's because he don't
crazy. Oh, yeah,
type in
him.
chat.
Yeah.
Hey, man, PPG Grandpa, how could you forget him?
I don't know.
Because this is her show and she don't care, right?
As long as she
Oh,
got
how
her
I
name
missed
in there,
that.
it's all right.
I do want to give a big shout out to Cliffy V. He did come all the way
Yes.
over to the Run to the Sky school and actually helped us out with big labor and helped us out, stayed a couple of days. We really enjoyed his company, hung out not only at the school, but hung out with us over at the house, over at the condo with the wife and the doggies. He's really awesome. He said not to mention anything else, but he did help us a lot. And Cliffy V, you know what you did. Thank you very much.
thank you.
It also came in the mail, and we'll probably have to talk about that soon because I do want to say thank you for you that did such a thing. But he's very kind, very giving, and I can't
Yes.
wait for him to come over and hang with us and go fly. Oh yeah, and he did some amazing kiting too.
Yes.
I saw Kevin was practicing his landing by swinging in a tire swing. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Did you see Kevin in the tire swing?
Yeah.
Well, what was that all about?
He put up a tire spring for his a tire swing for his sister, and I was like, "Are you practicing your landing in that?"
Oh,
It's funny.
Yeah, he actually took his first flights. He did really well. His takeoff was amazing. His flight was awesome, and you could hear him up there too. He was like, "I'm flying like a bird," just like Butch did. It was really cool to hear him.
That's awesome.
We had a good dinner on the pit boss. Man, it was just an awesome day. He did good, really good.
Yes, he did.
really nice, Cliffy V. Sounds like a guy I'd like to meet.
Cliffy V is an awesome guy. I really dig him.
Yeah.
Kevin, really awesome guy. Actually, I don't think I've met anybody that wasn't completely awesome. So hello to all my awesome people that I met out there. I can't wait to have you guys come over to the school and or go fly with you sometime, because there are a bunch of fly-ins, and next year we plan on going to every fly-in. No more missing fly-ins. Can't do that no more. Missed 2 years in a row because of putting the schools together. Can't do it no more. Gotta go fly-in.
Always room for one more.
That ain't right.
What?
Munchkin said, "Do I need a tire swing?" Yeah, I do. I need to practice my landing, so I better get a tire swing.
Never thought about a tire swing and learning how to land, but if you've been learning how to land on a tire swing, you probably shouldn't, because
Or at least
I'd-
take the video of it so we can. you
There's
know.
no slowing down that tire swing when it's coming down.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Well, I'll tell a story on myself. When my
Okay.
wife and I were dating, there was a tire swing from their childhood still hanging from a tree, very tall oak tree. And so I took her home. We were just out in the yard and everything. And I said, hey, tire swing, 17, 18 years old. So I take off out there and I start swinging it real big. And I get down to the bottom of the swing and the rope breaks. And I go skidding across the ground. So technically a butt landing. And I thought she was going to pass out laughing so hard, but I just hit and skid and rolled. I just wadded it up. That's so embarrassing.
That's funny.
Well, I guess when we see your first real butt landing, we can refer to this this podcast in the video.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah. All
Maybe
right.
even to get a turtle out of it. That'd be nice. Got to have
Yeah,
your
did-
first turtle too.
Yeah. As long as we don't turtle with anything on our back, we're all right.
All right.
All right. It's 8:20. So much for going for that only 1 hour again. It just never happens, does it, Butch?
Ooh.
It just never happens. We try every single time. All right, just an hour this time. I swear it's just gonna be an hour this time. Never
Yeah,
happens.
that's what you say every time.
So
This was
true.
fun. This was fun.
But when things flow and it's fun, I don't want to just stop it. It's like, in the middle of a sentence, hey, shut up. We're ending this. I don't want to do that. I like to keep on going until the natural flow ends. And sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's an hour and 21 minutes. So it works out great.
Yep. Gets quiet and then here comes Paramount.
Yep. And here comes my eyelids. It's like, okay, it's time to go.
Oh, okay, I have to tell you this, Sean, just so you don't
Yes.
feel left out.
Uh-oh.
I
Okay.
went to copy those names, like notes, right, on the Mac.
Right.
Well, the very first one is it turns it into a header. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
your name was the very first one and it was a header, so I didn't copy the header. So just so you know, Grandpa was number one.
Oh.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
it
'cause-
wasn't me then.
I always say howdy before the show starts. I sure do. It goes back at least a couple of years that I always put howdy at the very top.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, remember at first is because sometimes the chat didn't work. Remember that?
Yeah.
So unless we put something in the chat didn't work. So I just been doing that. Well, obviously they fixed it years ago, but I just keep on putting howdy in there to make sure everybody can do their chattertons, which is awesome.
Cool. Now I know how to see who's in the chat. Ah, see, I have to navigate a little more. I'm always afraid, like, I don't know, what is this? Should I hit it, open it up? What if I open up? What's going to be there?
Yep. There's a lot of cool new things that are on the Zoom. I really like the AI thing.
Hey, I learned
Um,
the capital of Australia and that I need to buy some warm socks.
Smart wool.
Yeah, smart wool socks.
wool socks. And
Why they
this
gotta be smart?
because the dumb ones just make your feet cold.
Okay,
So
Man,
the
I'm
meaning,
gonna look at those ski
want some
jackets.
smart waterproof wool socks then.
I think I might have to try that was it blueskyblue.co.uk.
There you
I
go.
have to try that and see how that works. Also, too, I need to get one from Kangook America because I got one and a snowmobile suit. So let's try them all and see what works, right?
Did you see well, you had to because you were at that show. So you saw the new shirts that Kangook's got, right?
Yeah.
Those things look amazing. And he said there's a loose fitting one too, which he still hasn't put on the site yet, but that athletic fit shirt looks really cool.
There's lots of really cool stuff out there. I wish that I could try everything. I wish that I can get one of each. And I did that when I first got into the sport. I got one shirt of each from everywhere. And now I have so many t-shirts. I can't wear them all, but that's a good one too.
Show the front again. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah,
Is
the
it
front
the
just
same
says,
logo on the front, but the front of the paramotor?
the front just says Kangook on it. The back has the paramotor guy on there.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, before we lose everybody that has been watching us, let's say goodbye, farewell. We'll see you next week with a new guest. So Linda, tell us about next week, who's going to be on the show, et cetera, real quick.
Oh, yeah. We got Mr. Stay Bad Paramotor is going to be on next Monday, Daniel. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be a good show. He's pretty excited about being on the show, and it's been a while since we've had him on, and I'm really excited just to hear about his, trip to Utah and what he's all been up to with the school and everything. So yeah, it should be fun. And if you all want to be a guest on my show, just to get with paramomusa.com, goes right to my Facebook page, and just say, hey, Paramom, I want to be on your show, and I'll get you all set up. No worries. You see how much fun we have, and please, yeah, just let me know. Love you bunches. And don't forget about Wednesday night, Just Want to Fly, Jade Lear, Miss Flying Flamingo. And don't forget to check out her show on Wednesdays. And Thursday is paraglidingtalk.com with my son, Robert Michaels. And be sure you tune in there and jump in the chat. It's always a good show. So that's the lineup for the week. But then we know Scuba.
Oh,
Back to you, Scuba.
I forgot. Yeah, I do a show on Fridays, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to come check that out, because we talk about anything and everything over there. May talk about paramotors, because it usually happens. Scuba merch. I did have merch at one point. I actually have, well, there's one right there.
A merch? You got a merch right there?
Well, yeah.
Those things are scary.
This is the old version. This was a Scuba's Hangout, but the new one has a QR code on it and a scuba diver and stuff. But yeah, I used to have bumper stickers. That was way before I started paramotoring though. So
I like those. I like that header or whatever, what we have on your show, like, when you look up the YouTube.
oh yeah, that
Yeah.
banner.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So
Yep, yep.
check it out. Paramotordude.com. That'll take you straight over to my YouTube channel.
Yeah. Be there on
Yeah.
Friday nights. Be there or be square.
There you
Yeah.
Yeah.
go. Yeah, because Paramom says so.
Well, she owns the show, right? So whatever, right? All right, Will Fly.
Oh,
your
we got
turn,
Will
sir.
Fly. Sorry. I'm out of control now. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you want to check my videos out, you can check them online at willflyppg.com, or go to YouTube and search for Will Fly. Also, if you live in the Southeast US, come join the Southeast Paramotor group. It's where all the action is, and we'd love to have you on Facebook, that is.
And look for Just a Tip 13 by Christmas. It's
I am
coming.
making no promise. I always get in trouble when I do that. So
Well, how do we get to your channel, by the way, sir?
well, you go to willflyppg.com. It'll take you right there.
Well, excellent. And in case you don't know who I am, I'm Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. You can find me at iflyparamotors.com, but mostly over at runtothesky.org, the nonprofit organization to help disabled veterans learn to run into the sky. And also paramotorarkansas.com. If you want to learn to fly, just come on over and check out paramotorarkansas.com. Hey, you know what? I also have ppggrandpa.com, but I don't think anything's there. Hey, let me know. Is anything over at ppggrandpa.com? You'll have to go there and find out. I think there is. But anyways, do we say hello? Everybody say goodbye. Everybody good? Butch Fly. We almost forgot about the
Butch.com. Check it out. Appreciate you. Good to
What was
go.
that? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, Butch. What
you gotta
was
say it
that?
again, Butch. You gotta say it again.
ppgbutch.com. Check me out. Over at YouTube, you can look up Fly Butch Fly also.
Yeah.
Do you post a lot of stuff, Butch?
Yeah, semi. Sometimes I'll skip a few days and then I'll post a couple videos.
That's because all he does is fly. When he's done flying, he talks about flying and then he goes fly some more.
That's ridiculous.
Eat,
Yeah.
eat bonbons and watching TV.
I think we should Butch flies quads. Yeah, Butch flies quads.
He
Something-
flies
what do you tell
quads,
somebody
he
like
flies
that?
Trags, he flies foot launch, he flies experimental stuff that he builds himself. He's a crazy nut.
Superfly.
I'll fly.
Your superfly flies. Yes.
How about Trent?
Well, there's Bill H. He showed up at the end of the show. You been flying, Bill? Where you been? Come on now.
What's up, Phil H?
What's up, Trent? Do you have anything that you want to say to your sign off over here, since I haven't
Hi,
seen you
Bill
on
H.
here in like years, Trent?
Well, Mondays are kind of tough, but then I get to thinking about it. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, they're all tough. But yeah, I was able to get on tonight and thankful for it.
Glad to see you, man. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Always is. All right. Let me know when you're going to come back and go fly, because we got your wing sitting over there waiting for you to go fly it. Of course,
She's lonely.
I had to go fly her for a couple of times because you just
Did
leave
you?
her there at the school.
Awesome. I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that.
Yep. Because she gets lonely there. So I told Butch to
Well-
go fly her, but
Like I told you, she deserves to fly. I'm just not able to do it right now. So
she's a big girl. She's 28 meter, and I don't know Butch can fly a big girl.
Well, we do have the quad.
Right? Because what
Oh,
do you do?
yeah.
You fly 18 meters.
Yeah.
Right, to do
holy
that.
cow, big difference.
Yeah,
I
the
want to
solo.
see him foot launch a 28. See if he's got enough oomph in his rear end to get that one up in the air.
He on higher wind day, we had a higher wind day, and he took the 20 meter out there and kited it in high wind. And he was
28.
able to control it and wasn't plucked or anything. He knows how to control these wings. I was
Cool.
really impressed.
Cool.
Had a good
Yeah.
teacher.
That'd be like me trying to pull out a 42 meter in high wind and not get plucked. I mean, that it takes some skill, and he did a good job.
Nice.
Had a
All
good teacher.
right. So if there's nothing else, is there anything else?
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Let's
Don't forget to check out Northern Lights Paramotor LLC. Get up with them if you want to go flying. They're an awesome school. They took me up a couple times already, do my tandem. So check them out.
Absolutely. And don't forget jbppg.com and carepp.com and careppg.com. Am I missing any of the other .coms?
And
No,
Paramount
just,
USA.
Paramount USA. I got it.
ParamountUSA.com. Yeah.
And Southeast Paramotor Group. Don't forget to check it out. Links in the description.
All right. Well, that was awesome. I really had a good time. Stay warm out there. And if you want to talk more about warm weather gear or something like that, get up with Linda, tell her that, what you fly, because, she is the PR girl for the show. Plus, this is her show. She stole it from me. And, we love her anyways. So get up with ParamountUSA.com. We'll have a great evening,
Much
and we'll
love.
see you all next
safe, y'all.
Monday here with Daniello at Stay Bad.
Much love.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace out.
See ya.
You guys, gals.
Bye.